Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by RSR Debtfree.com, RSR Debtfree.com. How to remove an ex-spouse from your credit report. According to U.S. News and World Report, 66% of divorced people had shared debt with their ex-spouse. This can complicate financial situations as both parties are still liable for the debt even after divorce. If you had joint accounts during your marriage, your ex-spouse's information will remain on your credit report for up to 10 years after you pay off the balance and close the account. However, if you can't pay the account in full, you have other options for eliminating shared accounts. Let's see. We're going to keep some takeaways here. Close joint accounts that you shared with your ex-spouse if you can't afford them. Transfer the balances to individual credit cards if you can't afford to pay them off. If you're an authorized user on your ex's card or vice versa, call the credit card issuer to request removal. Take steps to rebuild your credit after divorce, such as keeping credit utilization low, making on-time payments, and getting extra help from credit repair services if you need. Remember, pay your credit card bills the right way for FICO scoring purposes. RSRCCpayment.com, RSRCCpayment.com. So your ex-spouse's name appears on your credit report because you took on shared debt during your marriage. When a couple gets a joint loan, both of the individuals' names are listed on the loan agreement, and payment information appears on both credit reports, supposedly. The responsibility of repaying the debt is usually shared between both individuals, especially in California. Examples of shared debt include taking out a joint mortgage loan to purchase property, co-signing an auto loan to purchase a car, shared credit cards, personal loans where you both were co-borrowers. So how do I separate my credit from my husband or wife after a divorce? There are a few different strategies for dealing with shared debt after divorce and separating your credit from your ex-spouse. Set up an individual account if you have got joint accounts. We talked about that a little bit. Transferred shared balances. Make sure you do some research on cards that will accept these shared transfers. A lot of them, they'll give you a 12 or 18-month interest-free to do that. Remember to remove that authorized status. We talked about that. Close shared accounts. Generally, you need to close shared accounts in order to remove your ex-spouse from your credit report. If you leave the account open, you and your ex's finances will continue to be linked, and your credit could get damaged if they miss a payment. If you're using a credit card that earns rewards, remember to redeem your points before closing the account. Once joint credit cards are closed, notify your creditor that you're going through a divorce and consider requesting individual cards. As a final step, check that your credit report accurately reflects the closure. Note that after you close the account, it can take up to 10 years for the account to fall off your credit report. Monitor your credit, cleanall3.com. Monitor your credit at cleanall3.com. Transfer the balances. If you cannot afford to pay the account in full to close it, another option is for you and your ex-spouse to both open new personal balance transfer credit cards. Then you can divide up your debts and transfer the balance to your new individual cards. Once the entire balance is transferred from the joint account, you can close it. Remove your ex as an authorized user. If your ex-spouse is an authorized user on your credit card account that you're the primary card holder of, you can call your issuer to have them removed. Once removed, they can no longer use the card to make purchases. Alternatively, if you're the authorized user and your ex-spouse is the primary card holder, you can remove yourself as an authorized user. Typically, this doesn't require any help from the primary card holder, and you can call the credit card issuer's customer service line to request your removal. Now, remember, that could help or hinder your FICO scores as well because it might affect the duration, the length that you've had credit, the history, the utilization. All those things can be affected. How to improve your credit score after divorce? Well, the divorce can affect your credit in more ways than one, often leading to less income, one-sided non-payments, and lower credit limits, all of which can negatively impact your credit score. Luckily, you can take these steps to rebuild your credit after divorce. Monitor your credit. Again, cleanall3.com. After divorce, it's important to regularly check your credit reports and credit score for errors or discrepancies, especially as you make changes to your accounts. Close joint accounts. As I mentioned earlier, you should close any joint accounts that you have with your ex-spouse, your credit doesn't continue to be linked. Keep balances low. I shared with you rsrccpayment.com, rsrccpayment.com. When your joint account goes from 2 people to 1, the issuer may reduce the credit limit, affecting your credit utilization. As a result, you should aim to keep your balances low in order to keep your credit utilization ratio under 30%. Repay debt on time. Late payments have a major negative impact on your credit score, so it's important to stick to a monthly budget to make payments on time. Consider credit repair services. Working with a company, credit repair company, to help you deal with financial issues. Credit repair after divorce can help you identify shared accounts, monitor your credit report, and dispute errors with the bureaus. Blue Water Credit is our favorite go-to source. rsrlinks.com/BWC. rsrlinks.com/BWC. That is Your Credit Matters, brought to you by rsrdebtfree.com. rsrdebtfree.com.